Old Moxie, she's waiting for some heat. We'll see if we can't light her up a little bit. Let that get going. That'll feel good for you, won't it, Mox? Huh? Oh, Mox, oh, she's a busy girl. Of course, one can't get over here without the other because they're jealous. Yeah, typical dogs. Anyway, we'll get the little bit of heat going here. This shop hasn't had a fire since about, I don't know, 6 o'clock yesterday, so it's been 14 hours. It's down to 60 degrees. Not too bad. Huh? As long as I don't run the vacuum, the dogs are all right. They can be out here with me. But that's what I got done. Did that one no, I did this one here. What did I do? I did that one there yesterday morning. Yeah, forget what I did here. So anyway, yesterday I got 2 windows done. And it's a lot nicer, you know. It's just a wood shop, but I gotta clean up that mess. I'm gonna do that one next. See that innocent little thing? You wait till I get the vacuum going and watch these foolish dogs. I don't know where I can set you up, but maybe right here. I think they know that something's gonna get turned on here. They go crazy. Hazel, no. Hey, no. No. Hey. I don't know what the deal is. I don't know if they think that thing's gonna hurt me or what, but they go crazy with it. So, anyway, I tried something, and I mean, I've worked with foam a lot, and I've always known you just leave it till morning. And I thought the other day, I let it set about an hour, and I thought, geez, I'm gonna go ahead and take a sharp piece of clapboard and go right up across there. Well, don't mess with it. I did learn that much. Yeah, it makes a hell of a mess, and then you got to kind of scrape it off, but it doesn't really matter. Just ran over it real quick just to break these sharp edges. Did the same on the ends. That's it, we're not worrying about. Not worrying about that there. The trim on the bottom will cover that. That's why I had the blade up so high. Normally I wouldn't have it up so high, but when you're doing these cuts, if you have it down shallow, it'll run it out beyond where your trim board on the bottom will cover. So you got to run your blade up. As you can see, it's a little tight. I don't know if I want to drive that or not. And it looks like the window's got a little bit of a bow to it. I'm going to go shave a little off that. Maybe take a 1/16 off that side. If I just drive it down, it'll frig up this tape. So I'll go do a little trimming and I'll be back. Well, I went and opened it up 1/8 on both sides, actually. So I got some good clearance. And I also took the block plane to this middle so that now when I push on it, it's all tight. We'll put 3 nails in it right up in the front. I don't know here if you can see that. Don't matter really. Of course, these are stainless steel siding nails for clapboards, but that's what I got. They're a nice ring shank, so they hold good. But that's the start. Now we'll put the one on the top, which I got to be real careful on the thickness. I want to make sure I'm proud at least maybe a 32nd to a 16th of an inch. Now we'll take the block plane and smooth it. And then we got to fit the sides on. And once we get the sides on, we'll fit that bottom, and then we'll do the face. 2 sides and then the top. Real simple. So next one's the top. I'm not going to show cutting that. We'll just get it done. You can see how there's a little space there, and then it comes in tight here. So this here is actually, what is that? Be 11 5/8, yeah, 11 16ths, 4 and 11. Down here it's 4 3/4. Right on the money. I don't know if you lined up good enough you can see it, but anyway. What I'll do is I'll make the whole thing 4 3/4, and I won't worry about this gap because it's going to be hid. That stuff will flex a lot, so we can just run across. So anyway, we'll make a 4 3/4 and 36 inches long, nail her up. So you can see this is pretty tight here. Little bit of gap, not much. But as you go up, it gets quite a lot. So I'm actually going to put a little piece of cedar shingle in there, pine, anything, it really don't matter. And I'm going to fill it out, not all the way. I still got a good 1/16 of an inch that's out of square. And the reason I want to leave that, this bottom's the same. When you put your trim on, it's going to hit that faceboard, because you can see that's still out just a little bit proud. But if you leave that so that it's tipped just ever so slightly, your eye really don't pick it up. Unless you really, I can't even tell by looking at it there. So if you leave it at a little bit of an angle, if I was doing this for higher, what I would do is run a block plane down this back edge before I put it in, so that when you put this piece of trim on, even if it wasn't 100% flush, it would set tight on this edge. But for this here, I'm just going to leave it set in just a little bit of an angle, and it'll run right onto that perfect. And that way you'll get a good, nice, tight seam right in here where you want to have, because otherwise it'll look like hell. But you can see down here, that's actually where I was figuring around with a saw, and the saw kind of traveled in a little bit. You'd end up with a gap like that the whole way down. So anyway, I'm going to cut that off, and I'm not actually going to put any nails in on this outside edge, except for right here, until I get this faceboard on, and then I can put a few more nails in it. But I'll have it all nailed to the face, and then it won't move. So we're gaining. It's all good and tight on the ends. We'll go put this one in. This one here I got to actually put in and scribe, because this here is a 11/16 piece of sheathing. This here is 5/8. So it comes down, there's a step right here. So I'm going to have to go from this 11/16 and then feather it down. Nothing major, but just one more pain in the butt about using this sheathing on the inside of a building. Well, I just went and made this little tiny piece here. I needed 8-foot lumber. And I get over to the lumber place, and all they had was 10-footers and 14-footers. And I'm like, well, give me 10-footers. And it ends up giving me this piece that's a little over 2 feet long for trim on every one that I can't use, unless I go ahead and put it on the bottom with a joint. I've already got joints on the other ones. You don't even notice it, you know, and I'm going to paint them too. So, you know, by the time you get it painted, you know, that one's got a joint too right there. So yeah, gonna make them out of 2 pieces on the bottom. That one's a single piece, but just so it happened to come out, hey, I did have 1 8-footer. So anyway, yeah, we're gonna do that, and then we'll put these 2 uprights on. I already got one cut because I happened to find one over there that was the right length. So we'll get those 2 pieces on, put the top on. We'll see how she looks. Well, look at that, guys. I put too much of an angle on it. It came out. I'm going to put this right here and then tap it with the other hammer. We'll drive it back, pull it out. There, it came out all right. I'm going to try to use the same hole and get it at an angle. And that way I won't have a big friggin' hole here. You know, I don't like to tell stories with my holes. I don't know where you guys are headed, but look at that. Perfect. Yeah, that ain't bad. It's gonna be a little deep of a hole because it went in at an angle, but once you paint it, you'll never know it's there. I just got to put 1 nail here and 1 nail there, and we'll put a couple of them in. Just on the ends, just to hold stuff stable. Beautiful. Well, put all that stuff out of the way. So I got 1 window done this morning. Now we're gonna go put firewood in the house. Me and Carol are gonna do some work together. So, but anyway, I got 1 done, and it takes me quite a while in here because I'm lugging, you know, stuff from back and forth. I've been in here about an hour and a half, but the first half hour I was out here, or 45 minutes actually, was getting that foam off and getting that picked up with the dogs out here. So I've actually only been about 45 minutes. And if you can trim a window in less than a hour, you're doing pretty good. 28 degrees, which is about, what is that? 3 or 4 below, about 3 below 0 in Celsius. I hate Celsius. It's not fine enough in graduations for my liking. But anyway, start the old girl up. Nothing to it. Let that warm up while I go get a pair of gloves. We'll be ready to go. Yeah. So we got our wood in. That one's all running good and hot. Last night when we came in here to sit down for the evening, it was 89 on the thermometer. We had to open the window, but yeah, she's gonna sweep that stuff out. If we leave it in there, Diesel will grab it and chew it up and eat it. So Carol will clean it out with a broom, throw it in the wood stove. We got the wood ring all filled, a little bit extra, and yeah, I'll show you the shingle process here in progress, not process. We'll show that in a second. Now this right here is a stack of lumber that was out the other way by the greenhouses, and it never dries. You know, we had 62 inches of rain this year, and I didn't have it covered. So we're gonna stick it in here for a month. You know, we're gonna have the wood fire going every day or every other day. So it should normalize fairly fast. It's been cut for 2 years. So I know it's dried out once, but it's picked up a lot of water. And I only got another, what, 4 or 5 layers? Yeah, 5 more layers out here. And it's getting dark. I wanted to show you the shingling job we've been doing. I'll turn you back on here in a sec. If I wait any longer to do this here, it's gonna be dark out here because she's getting close. But yeah, four courses is all we've got done. We was gonna do a bunch today, but but I decided we're gonna get rain tomorrow. Not rain, snow. 4, 5, 6 inches, I don't know. They don't know either, but anyway, we're gaining on it. We're just where we're gonna have to start cutting to fit under the windows, and we'll probably work off of a ladder till we get about to that second tape seam, and then we'll probably hold off till spring till we get the staging moved over here. But we'll get a good portion of it done here this winter. This one here I'm going to throw in a burn pile because it's got that mouse nest on it, and yeah, I ain't gonna frig with that. You know, starting to rain out, believe it or not. I can feel it on my neck, or it might be fine sleet. I guess maybe it's fine sleet, starting to snow. So, oh yeah, you can see it's coming down. So she's supposed to come in this evening. So anyway, I'm gonna finish this, and I'm not gonna do any more, everybody. We've been busy all day doing one thing or another. Carol's got one more row in the second greenhouse to finish cleaning, and 3 of the greenhouses, the big ones, will all be done, and then we'll go into the #1 house. That's a pretty quick one to do. It's only what is it, 72 feet long, something like that. So anyway, yeah, we're doing good. So keep safe, everybody. Don't hesitate to hit the like button and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.